First off, I look like a freaking mermaid right now, and I'm living, y'all. Today I'm super excited because I'm going to be going through all my makeup palettes, and I was going to choose my favorites, but I'm just going to kind of go through all of them, give my commentary, and talk about them a little bit. They're just like my little babies. Like, honestly, my makeup palettes, I love them. Like, each and every one. They all have a little story. So yeah, let's just dive right in. My first makeup palette, I want to say this is the first like real big girl makeup palette I bought, and it's this Becca palette right here. I remember I just wanted to buy a nice expensive eyeshadow palette and just feel like yes, like this is when I was like just experimenting, just starting off in makeup. I didn't really have any nice eyeshadow palettes. I went into Ulta and I kind of was looking around and I found this guy. And I just went ahead and bought it, and it was kind of expensive, but you live and you learn. You do have all the basic colors in here. I actually really do still like this palette just because it has all the browns, and I love brown shades on my eyes. I'm a brown whore. But yeah, I mean, I don't reach for this palette that often just because I do find like the same brown shades in other palettes. They're a little bit more creamy, apply better. This one is a little bit more patchier, but you know, what should my next one be? Woo! Moving into the next palette, this was also one that I used a lot when I was younger, just experimenting with makeup. I definitely use this like every day. I just loved it so much, and I still love it. Like, and again, it's the stories that's attached to it too. So opening this guy up, it smells so good. That's the first thing right off. It's like, it smells really good. This is what it looks like on the inside. I know it's messy. Oh well. For some reason, I just love like really deep, I don't even know what you would call these colors, like cool toned peachy colors, like very dark peachy colors, I would say. I just love those shades so much. I'm back. Sorry, I had to put my hair back. It's pretty hot in my room. I am toasting right now. Anyway, this palette, I just loved the shades. I use them all the time. This is my go-to. However, looking back, I was less experienced back then, and now I do see that these shades are a little bit patchier, but you know, you can still work with them. Okay, so I'm gonna dive right from that palette into my actual current favorite palette, which has pretty much the same color scheme. So I pretty much found like an upgrade, and no hate on the Tarte palette. The Tarte palette was great. It was great, but just an upgrade for my current time and you know what I'm liking right now. So yes, I'm so excited. This palette came out last year maybe, but when I first saw this palette, I saw the colors, I saw everything, I saw the brand, and I was like, yes, I'm getting that. First time I saw it, I'm like, I'm buying it. It's gonna be mine. It's perfect. I apologize, it is a little bit messy, and trust me, it makes me cringe as much as it makes you cringe, but it is the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette, and I absolutely love this palette so much. I'm going to talk more about Juvia's Place later because it definitely deserves a whole little segment to itself, but just jumping right into this palette, I saw these colors and I'm like, this is me. And I know, kind of like looking at this right now, you're just kind of like, oh, it's kind of just like an everyday palette. Let me compare it to my last favorite palettes, because the colors are pretty much identical. As you can see, you have those dark peachy cool tones, you have the black, you have the white, you have the transition colored. If you actually look at it, they are pretty similar in color schemes. Again, like I said, I just really love those colors. These three colors in the middle, I probably use this one and this one the most. Then this white shade, obviously you can see I've kind of dug in it a little bit just because that white shade is so thick, so creamy, and it's absolutely perfect. So I'll use this white shade in pretty much every single eyeshadow look. I'm wearing it right now on my brow bone. I'm so hot, guys. This is like, okay. And then you do have the transition color in here, which I really like. And then you do have this black color, which is so pigmented, it's actually insane. This is the best black I've ever tried. The only thing I would say about this palette is that I would like some cooler tone browns, and the browns up here are a little bit warmer toned, which it's okay, but you know, if you pair it with this transition color, like, you can. But yes, this has been my baby for a while. I absolutely love this palette. It's perfect for me. So yeah, since we're talking about Juvia's Place, I do want to bring up just all my palettes I have of them, and it's these three right here. So this one is the Masquerade, this one is the Zulu palette, and then that one is the Warrior 2, which I already showed you. Let me just start off by saying, hands down, best eyeshadows. If you have not tried Juvia's Place, you definitely should. 100% Juvia's Place. It's creamy, it's pigmented, the colors are amazing, it blends well, it's not patchy, it's literally everything you could look for in an eyeshadow. They're great. Okay, a little bit closer up. Hi. The next eyeshadow palette, this one is kind of small and it's just kind of an example, but this is the Wet n Wild palette. They are very nice. First of all, I do love the colors in here. It is definitely a, what's the word? It's a dupe? Is that the word? Spin-off of the Anastasia palette, Anastasia Renaissance. So definitely this is a cheaper option. I think this is $5, so super nice. I was so surprised by this eyeshadow palette, by how nice it is. It blends very well, it's very pigmented. The only thing I would say is that you do get kickback in the pan. I think Wet n Wild has honestly shot up within the past 2 years. I feel like before I honestly didn't really take them as seriously as a brand, because I think like I used Wet n Wild growing up as a kid, so I kind of like associated Wet n Wild with like being a kid, kind of. I don't know. I just started getting into their products again probably like 2 years ago. Wet n Wild is actually one of my favorite drugstore brands, and that is because they come out continuously with so many great products. For example, their foundation, I think it's called Photo Focus Foundation. It is one of the best drugstore foundations on the market right now. I highly recommend it. It definitely is full coverage though, so if you like natural or sheer look, it's probably not for you, but it's insane, guys. Like, oh wait, I have it right here. Their eyeliner is good, their eyeshadow palettes are good, so Wet n Wild, keep doing your thing because you're rocking it, honey. The next palette is kind of goofy, and I don't know if I got this from Ulta or Sephora, but if you are a member of Ulta or Sephora, you probably got the same exact thing. So it is the Happy Birthday palette by NYX, and honestly I wasn't expecting much, guys, but like this palette's pretty bomb, not gonna lie. Like, the colors are cute, fall vibes for sure. Yeah, very cute. Yeah, I just didn't expect it to be good because it was free. I got it for free for my birthday. It was nice. So the next palette is, I hate myself. I do too, so that makes two of us. The Huda Beauty palette.
What would I say?
I would say, I think that I would like this palette more if it wasn't as overhyped as it was. I think there was so much going on about this palette that when I got it, I was like, I'm like expecting like this to be like, I don't know, freaking paint myself on its face. Like, that's what I'm expecting. Like, that's how overhyped it was. I do have the first version. I do not have the second, like, remastered version. So this is the original. This is what it looks like. The shades are really buttery. I will say that the matte shades are really, really nice. I like the colors. The glitters are a little underwhelming, but they're fine. Like, they're nice. yeah, it's a cute palette. Like this pink right here, I feel like every girl needs a little, not every girl, anyone who likes makeup needs a little pink. Do I think it is worth $65? No. But it's nice. I do really want to try I think it's a Desert Dusk. I think there's that, you know, that one purple shade in the Desert Dusk palette? Oh, I would buy the whole palette just for that color. Honestly, it looked amazing. If you guys have tried the Desert Dusk palette, leave a comment down below. Tell me how it was because I want to know. My next palette I'm super excited about because I'm actually wearing it on my eyes right now. It is the Take Me Back to Brazil. It is by BH Cosmetics. I will say, using this today and using the blue shades, wait, I kind of want to zoom in. Okay, tuck my hair back down again. We're gonna try it again. It's gonna work out. I got this palette because I wanted a solid, colorful rainbow palette in my collection, and I didn't have a rainbow palette, and I feel like every makeup lover needs one good rainbow palette in their collection, and that's why I got it. I looked at a lot of reviews, I looked at kind of the most popular, and I feel like Take Me Back to Brazil is a very popular palette. You see a lot of people using it, and it's for a good reason too. It's because these shades are very nice. They blend very beautifully. I thought blues would be kind of harder to blend because that's a harder color to formulate, but guys, it was so nice. Like, yes, you literally have every single color you could ever imagine. And then down here you have black and like 2 different whites. So my next palette is it is the big Morphe palette like this. Oh my god, literally taking up my spotlight. What a bitch. I do love this palette because it has purples. It's completely purple toned, and I love that because I think purples look just beautiful on my skin tone. I think they're very complimenting. I just love working with purple so much for some reason. Any chance I get to put purple on my face, I do. The matte shades are very easy to blend, easy to work with. Yeah, and then the shimmers in here as well are very creamy, very shimmery. They're actually very, very nice, which I was not really expecting, but the shimmers in here actually are pretty shimmery. I think it's worth the money. This is one of those palettes again where it's very cheap, pretty good quality. So yeah, I really do like this palette. It's always going to be a staple. One of my next palettes is the Naked 3 Urban Decay. This is what the inside of this one looks like. Again, just like really cute shades. I would wear them on like an everyday basis or summertime, things like that. This palette is the Too Faced Natural Matte. It looks like that, and yes, we are seeing a pattern here from Juvia's Place and Tarte. Honestly, just love that middle shade right there, and like if you find something that looks good on you, like go after it, girl. That was one of my older palettes too. Wore that one a lot when I was younger. The very last palette is the new ColourPop Glitter. And I have not tried this glitter and I've not tried this palette because I want to do a video, like a first impressions video, reviewing it, going over it, mainly because ColourPop Glitter is so new. Like, they just came out with it 3 or 4 months ago. I haven't really been seeing many reviews on it, and I kind of wanted to do one. I thought it would be pretty fun. If you do want to see a review or me make a video, just leave a comment, because I think it would be fun. And honestly, these colors are absolutely gorgeous. Guys, ColourPop is an amazing brand. ColourPop is one of those brands where they just have so many great products. I'm so excited to try this glitter. I might have skipped a few palettes here and there, but for the most part, I got the main palettes that I use all the time. Honestly, I have so many makeup palettes, but I love them all. Like, I feel like I don't just use one palette. I dabble in here and there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking through, guys. I know it's been a long journey. And like and subscribe if you want to. Until next time, who knows how long that's gonna be. I hope it won't be 6 months, but we'll see. Alright, bye.